Introduction to Modal Dialogs and JavaScript. A modal dialog is a type of window that appears on top of the current page and requires user input before closing. JavaScript is a scripting language that is used to create interactive web applications and is essential for creating modal dialogs. Advantages of using a modal dialog: non-intrusive, allowing for more control over the user experience. Ability to customize the look and feel of the dialog, more secure than other methods of displaying additional content. How to create a modal dialog using JavaScript. Create the HTML markup for the dialog. Use CSS to style the dialog. Use JavaScript to add functionality to the dialog. Building the modal dialog with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Create the HTML markup for the dialog. Use CSS to style the dialog. Use JavaScript to add functionality to the dialog. Implementing JavaScript events for the modal dialog. Create event listeners for the various actions. Create the functions that will be triggered when the events occur. Implement the functions that will be triggered when the events occur. Using Modal.js to create a modal dialog. Modal.js is a library that can be used to create modal dialogs with JavaScript. Include the library in your HTML page. Create a modal dialog with the Modal.js code. Implementing JavaScript events for Modal.js. Create event listeners for the various actions. Create the functions that will be triggered when the events occur. Implement the functions that will be triggered when the events occur. Creating a pop-up JavaScript modal with HTML content. Create the HTML content that will be displayed in the dialog. Use JavaScript to create the modal dialog. Add the functionality to the modal dialog. Best practices for creating a JavaScript modal window. Use a library such as Modal.js to create the dialog. Use the latest version of JavaScript. Test the modal dialog on multiple devices and browsers. Conclusion: creating a modal dialog with JavaScript is a straightforward process. Follow the best practices outlined in this article. Modal.js is a great library that makes creating modal dialogs with JavaScript a breeze.